All right, boys, so this is where we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Rhinox hide. Make sure this will be our base. So you're pretty much just going to be blasting this all over the main body of your leather. Try and make sure to get in all those little cracks. That way you're gonna know exactly that it's done properly. Even up in there, make sure you try and get up in those little parts in there too. Otherwise, you're just gonna have weird patches all over. All right, so now that you can see that we've got that main base down, again, of that Rhinox hide, we wanna grab some Agrax Earthshade and just add a bit of depth. You can see the slight lines and variations and differences in this leather, or the pouch, I should say. So throw some of this onto this and it'll just add a little bit more depth before we start to do the rest of the highlights. Don't stress too much about how much. Load your brush up. It's not a big deal. You can load your brush up a fair amount, and you just want to slap that over everything. It's one of those things where heavier is okay. You don't normally want to just cover everything in a wash, but you want to make sure that you get all of this. And that's literally it. You can see that everything is pretty much covered, and then we'll let that dry and then we'll move on. All right, so now we've built up that color. I'm going to come back in again with Rhinox. We're going to go across the tops, these parts along here that you can sort of still see. And here, try and leave these recesses dark. It's just going to add a little bit more depth to what we're trying to achieve. You don't want to be too concerned about making it even and flat. Like, it's leather. Leather's always going to have this worn appeal and effect, especially considering that obviously these boys are gunfighting like madmen. You just want to make sure that you try to stay away from as much as the darker areas as possible. You can spend forever doing leather, but it's one of those things that over time you'll get better at it. Just build up your layers. Parts that aren't really seen, don't stress too much about. But it'll all start to make sense in the end. Just literally swatting with the side of your brush. That's how easy it is. That's that first little bit done. You can't really tell at the moment, but it'll look fine in the end. All right, so now we've got that second layer of Rhinox hide. You can see that we've left little darker sections around, which are also going to bring a bit more body to it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this Thydon brown, I think that's how you say it, and we're going to just hit the edges. Try not to cover all the middle, but just hit the edges, just to start to bring up the difference in color. It's not heavily noticeable, but you will notice it after time. Make sure your paints are thin, keep using your wet palette, and just slowly build up your browns. You don't want to put heaps on, because you still want to be able to see that the under part of the Rhinox hide that you did before. You're kind of just hitting all the little edges. Just building up those colors. And that's it. You can't really tell, but you can when you look at it. It's there. You can see the difference in variations in it. It's there. Trust me. Just with your normal eye, you'll be able to see it. On sort of camera, it's a bit hard, but it's there. All right, so from here, we're going to take Mournfrang Brown, and we're going to do the same. Now with your morning frame brown, you just want, again, you don't want to cover all the areas that you just were, and you don't want to make it so deliberate. You just want to, leather's going to have natural changes in it. Well, not natural changes, but it's going to have wear marks, which is what we're trying to do. So make sure you don't cover everything with the morning frame brown. Pick the edges, use the side of your brush. It makes it a lot easier. Where he'd grab, pull, pick, bend marks, all that sort of stuff are the areas that you want to target. Where the wear is going to be. So this is going to be wear around like the edges here, where he's sliding his gat in and out of his holster. That's where you want to try and find more wear marks. Where he's lifting the flap, where his hands get at it. And that's it. It's literally as simple as that. Fold lines, all those sorts of things. That's what you want to do. Edges, where edges will rub. And that's it. It all works out. Now after you've done your morning frame brown, grab your bane blade and we'll add a little bit more weathering, and then that's pretty much it, done and dusted. Now with your bane blade, you really just want to follow the insides of the weathering marks that you've done. Don't stress too much if it doesn't look perfect. This all comes with practice and time. I haven't done leather for a very, very long time. But all your real edge marks, try and drag some in, and it'll just add a little bit more damage to it, which is what we're going for, that worn leather look. Chipping and scuffing, all those sorts of good things. These are all the little things that take so little time to do, and it just adds so much more warmth to your mini. All right. On the back sides, if you want, you can mix two of your colors together just to give it a bit more of a lighter feel. Little scratch marks here and there, just a real fine brush. And that's pretty much it. Now for the after. And that's it, boys. It's that easy. Obviously I've hit that with a matte varnish, but you can just see if you're going for that dark feel. Oh, another thing I did forget, I did hit it with Agrax Earth Shade at the end, just to tie in all the little works that we did, take a bit of that brightness out. But that's it, Matte varnish again at the end, and it gives you that effective worn weather look. That's all you want to do. Gives you that extra little bit of style. You can see we already did it on him. That's how it all comes out. It's that simple, guys. Like I said, we'll keep things very, very simple, keep everything easy. You're never gonna have a drama. So hopefully you enjoyed this, hopefully this helped, and I'll see you in the next one. And as always, love you.